That is perfect. All right, are you guys ready for that?
Wow, well done.
There we go.
Now that's stuck in your head forever. Good. Welcome. Are you guys already recording? Okay. Welcome to the CFG podcast. Joining us again are these buckets. We have Polybius.
Good morning, Chicago. Oh.
And and we have OldDanMac returning.
Hey fam, it's OldDanMac coming at you with bad puns and even worse trivia knowledge.
We
For
should
the huge.
definitely have a trivia night.
I totally outdid
like-
you, dude. I can't even lie.
So thank you so much for everybody that sent us positive feedback between the YouTube channel, Facebook. I had a lot of people messaging me saying how much that they enjoyed the last podcast, and my goodness, we are happy to produce more, and it's really encouraging. So keep the comments coming, keep the private messages going.
Darman, can I jump in here?
Yes, get in here.
Yeah. I just want to say that we had a lot of positive feedback. It's great. But on the YouTube video, there was one guy who put a thumbs down, and let me just tell you, I will find you, and it will not be good.
I think Darman did that.
Yo,
I will find you, Darman.
I hope
If
you
that
do.
even is your real name.
I can't confirm that.
Who puts numbers in their name?
Somebody who's not original or unique. Because 1, 2, 3 was taken.
Blame your parents.
Okay. Yeah, you know. So where do we want to start? There's a lot that's gone on in the last month.
I dare say.
PlayStation 5. Big reveal.
Big reveal of the Wi-Fi router. This
The
next,
Kaiba Core Tower.
Actually, when I first saw the PlayStation 5, I immediately thought of the early 2000s Razr flip phones that looked like spy gadgets. And when I see this, that's what I think. I'm like, this is some Spy Kids 2 stuff. I'm down.
Yeah, it's a very glossy looking console. I took one look at this and I said, Elon Musk is gonna just have a jam with this. It's gonna fit right in. He's gonna have his Tesla parked on the left, the Vizio TV flat screen in the center, with his Tesla labeled PS5 right
his
there.
PS5.
It's gonna fit right in.
His Tesla is probably just going to connect directly into the PS5. And that's where it's going to get its battery power. You just have it.
He's just gonna be driving down the road jamming The Last of Us 3.
I wouldn't put it past me. That guy is wild.
The Last
And he's
of Us
very
3.
much a gamer.
Oh, for sure.
All
All the while selling flamethrowers to his cousin.
Oh,
I wanted one.
That sounds great. Speaking of Last of Us 3, they only came out with the second one, I do believe. But whenever I think of someone purchasing a pre-release of Last of Us 3, I think of Martin Shkreli trying to hire out Kanye West's latest album. I forget which one it was. I think it was Life of Pablo or something like that. He said, I want to buy this for $1 million and nobody else will ever listen to it. That's what I think of Elon Musk when you said that. It's like, I want to buy Last of Us 3. No one else will ever play it. It will be me and my PS5 in my Tesla Mach 7 and live on my island. And honestly, that sounds like a great existence.
We interrupt this program for an important news announcement.
This is Polybius. I have received information from our illustrious director informing me that it was indeed not Kanye West, but instead Wu-Tang Clan, which is close enough, I dare say.
So the PS5 release, I don't know what you call this. It's gonna be coming out at $4.99 cash wise.
Was that confirmed?
I think that was leaked by Amazon.
Oh, yeah. But they're going to do a
PS5.
digital version without a disk
Yeah.
drive, and that'll be $100 less.
Which to me, that $100 makes the difference, because if I can buy and sell my games, like there's no reason to not have that disk drive and be able to make my gaming a little bit more sustainable for myself.
Exactly. And if you're trying to do the full backwards compatibility, like if I got that and I could play PlayStation 2 games, I would be playing Sly Cooper all day. But obviously, you know, if you have only the digital version, you would be dependent on them releasing it on the store. So I would definitely get the one with the disc drive.
Yes, I dare say if you're going to buy a console, if you do not get one with a disc drive, you are, I mean this in the kindest way, an absolute fool. Because when backwards compatibility truly does release and Sony doesn't do us a disappointment, we will have... Yeah, exactly. So, which I was thinking to myself, there's no reason PS5 can't have proper backwards compatibility with as many games as, you know, I suppose possible. I mean, even the Wii had backwards compatibility to whichever game had those tiny little discs.
The
GameCube.
Yes.
Yeah. You could just plug it into the Wii and it would play those. I'm like, come on, Sony, you guys got this. I mean, you're not that incompetent. You know what you're doing. So
right, and it's
well, I think that's the problem, right? Is that they do know exactly what they're doing.
Exactly.
Like they want you to have that whole console family. They don't want to flood the market with all the old consoles that don't have the backwards compatibility, because there'll be people who are jumping on the PS4 at that point, trying to go through the entire PS4 library. I've said it before. I think the PS4 has just a much better single player experience, but I think now with all these cross-platform games, Sony really took the market share. Even though several of their games have not had good cross-platform to PC, Fortnite took forever to get compatible with all platforms. Minecraft also, they had the exclusivity deals with different platforms. But really, honestly, what killed anybody else's attempt to breach the market was when back in 2013, Microsoft tried with the Xbox One to release discs that married themselves to your console, to your Xbox One. And everyone... Oh, yeah. No, it was an absolute joke. They wanted you to have a single license that you could not transfer your discs. Once you bought the game, it was yours, much like a digital release. And Sony just did a full switch. They were in the executive rooms, they were talking about doing the same thing, but then they saw that Microsoft handled it poorly, and they switched their whole marketing campaign. Like, we're not those guys.
We were going to do the same thing, but we decided to not because they suck.
You know, that reminds me of when the Google Pixel first came out. And just before this, the whatever iteration of the iPhone, they had just stopped putting in the audio port, the 9mm audio jack. And the Google Pixel advertisement was like all of these sleek things and all of like these cool ideas that they had going, like, you know, 32 gigabytes of cloud storage and all that. And then at one point, which was just a slap in the face to Apple, it was like 9mm audio jack. And in parentheses, it put not new, just despite everything that Apple was doing. It's just wonderful. I mean, I love when I see like these huge Fortune 500 companies or greater, like just mudslinging at each other. You know, it's totally different just scenario than like say politics, and just, you know, it's a game to see who's going to win. And I love it when stuff like that happens.
Yeah. At least corporations make it interesting, even though they're likely all run by the same person. But
Wendy's Twitter is on fire, by the way.
Yeah. The Wendy's in my town got the pestilence.
Oh no.
The pestilence, huh?
Yeah. Since I can't say the big bad word, we will use Bible word.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to just leave it at that. Yeah. So I think now's a really good time to bring in the podcast question. I am never going to sing that again.
Please do. That was wonderful. The podcast question.
Don't worry, since I'm the guy that edits the podcast, I'll clip that and inject it.
You don't get a say in the matter, Darman.
Yeah, exactly. Take it up with the audio engineer. I'm gonna make that the intro to the next.
You're gonna make that the intro
to like every podcast for the next 2 days.
Okay, all right then.
Because Lord knows I might completely forget for the next podcast, and it will never happen again.
So, podcast question. I polled the community and I asked them, what next generation systems are you looking to invest in? I'm just going to read off all of the entries.
There's only
here.
like 5.
I left it.
Say Sega. Say Sega. Someone say Sega.
You know, when I started this poll, I totally forgot that Sega announced that they were looking to do hardware. And I almost put in Jasco mini machines. Because
Dreamcast
Jasco
2.
Wasn't it Jasco that was making the Sega Genesis ripoff ports?
Oh, I did not remember. I just wanted another Dreamcast.
I mean, shoot, Dreamcast 3 something. I don't have a suffix for that. At any rate, so what next generation systems is the CrossForge gaming community looking at? Just top to bottom, people are saying my first gaming PC. We're leaving consoles behind. Some people were interested in the rumored Switch Pro or the Switch 2 that has been rumored to boast increased performance, longer battery life, better screen, etc. at all.
It's gonna need it for Breath of the Wild too.
Yeah, but did they fix the Joy-Cons?
So the Joy-Con, I'll talk about the Joy-Con issue in a little while because it's a very interesting issue when you break it down.
Indeed, you break it down
Xbox
like the Joy-Cons.
Series X.
So we're going bottom to top, right? Like
that is how I'm reading this.
Okay.
Yes. Another person said, "What's money?" implying that they're not looking at any new systems in the future.
I resent that because I voted for that. And what is money?
I also voted.
I'm looking at lots of things, but that doesn't mean I can get them.
Sure. This opinion is exclusively Darman's and does not necessarily reflect the larger CrossForge gaming community.
There we go.
Please support the official release.
Support your favorite corporations, folks.
Dear corporation, please tell me that you believe in this.
Oh,
fellow consumer, we support. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for validating my feels.
God, I love that meme. But
at any rate,
let's keep going.
Next we have PC2 and PS5. Obviously, PC2 is a joke because we're on like the 8th generation of widely used operating systems for gaming and personal use, and the PS5.
I think that PC2, while a joke, points to a decision that a lot of people are making where they're just going to go to PC, especially when you've got, cross-platform compatibility and all this. Like me personally, on a baller on a budget, like I want to get a PC because I can, games are always going to come out on the PC and I can always just upgrade it. I don't have to wait for the next Xbox Series XY /2 to come out,
Yeah, but then you got to wait for the next NVIDIA XYZ /-235.
That's true, but I'll just buy the NVIDIA and put it in there and it'll be great.
Just in and out.
Right. You can add it to your NVIDIA
and
family.
then you just sell the old card to some dude with a long beard, maybe a gut, who's building his first mining rig.
His name will be Darman.
It's a self-reflective
Screw you, guy.
echo.
I've already got my own graphics card. Leave me alone. If I wanted to do mining, I would have just started years ago, and I actually regret not getting into mining.
I really don't think that using a video card to pickaxe into rocks is really a good idea. I don't think it's gonna last.
You can't even, if you use a video card, you can't even see the stone.
I'm so done with you people.
Prepare to always be done with the rest of your life.
Oh my God, you make it sound like we're married.
You sound like my wife. Wait,
No, my wife is much more kind.
okay, but don't tell my wife.
Oh, mercy.
If I
I'm
had the
married?
money, I would definitely go for a PS5 and a PC.
Right, money's no object. I think the PS5 is looking the slickest out of the lot in terms of exclusives, in terms of, just general consumer trust. The Xbox Series X just does not seem to have a whole lot of weight behind it. And the Switch is...
On the contrary, it has a whole crap ton of weight behind it because that monster is huge.
You're right.
You're gonna need a dolly just to put that underneath your TV.
We got the Wi-Fi router. We got the fridge. We got the toaster.
No, it's
your
more
Switch.
of a bedside table. You put it on the side of your bed. You hook it up to the TV above your bed so you can just pick up your Xbox controller off your bedside Xbox and just start playing laying down at 2 o'clock in the morning because insomnia
Bedside
hits you.
Xbox.
Yeah, bedbox.
That sounds
Bedside
like that's a
Xbox.
great album name.
Yeah, Microsoft, I am open. Please.
This man needs a job.
Yeah,
Will you be my record label, Microsoft?
Can I sell
Meanwhile-
my soul to you, please?
Sony just whispers in your ear, we actually have a legitimate recording label. It's free real estate.
Oh, if someone whispers behind me, it's free real estate. I'm gonna be doing what's called running. All right. So what
I
was?
lost my entire... Oh, we were talking about the PS5, and I've only used it to play No, not the PS5. I have a PS4, and I was just coming to terms with the fact that I have literally only used it to play 2 games. Borderlands 3 and Kingdom Hearts 3.
Ouch.
Literally,
Man.
I have no desire to pick up that controller except to play those games. And I still need to go back and get the DLC for Kingdom Hearts so that I can, wrap my head around the deep and complex story.
Oh man, Xbox finally
But-
just released the 1.5 and 2.5 remix.
I
So
saw that.
I downloaded that and pretty excited for it because as a Xbox Nintendo guy for the majority of my life, I was not able to experience the beauty of the Kingdom Hearts games growing up. I do have the third one, and I played through it, and it's okay, but I enjoy this game. So.
Missing a lot of context if you didn't follow the other games, though.
So I played through the first one, and I played through most of the second one. So I get the gist of it. I just feel like, I don't know, Kingdom Hearts 3 to me was just
Kingdom
was not
Hearts,
done well. And in all honesty,
as a franchise, wasn't done well.
I just feel like
I'm gonna go tell my Kingdom Hearts fan friend. He's gonna flip his lid, dude. He's gonna be like, "What do you mean it wasn't done well? Haven't you seen Hot Topic?"
He can join the comments section.
I mean that at the
He can
beginning
join the comment section.
at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 3, Merlin is like, "You've lost all of your power. You're gonna be super weak." Oh, but except you can summon out of thin air pixelated Disneyland rides to fight your enemies. Like, no.
Yeah, this new freaking, arguably the best power he's ever had. Yeah, you're super weak, bud. Totally.
Tower of Terror be like Thwomp.
I've only been to the California park once, and that was arguably one of my favorite attractions, was the Tower of Terror.
It was really good when it was open.
Is it closed? Did they take it out?
They redid it. Now I
Oh.
think it's something along the lines of Marvel. I think when I saw it all those years ago, it was Masters of the Universe? No. Guardians of the Galaxy. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know how they made it fit, but I really enjoyed the Butlers. They were odd fellows.
So that's PlayStation, Kingdom Hearts, Light, Darkness, 13 of them. You count them.
Can we talk about the UIs of just like the PlayStation, the Xbox and stuff?
PlayStation has kept to a very nice, simple stripe vibe with its layout. I am curious to see where they take the PS5, because from the PS3 to the PS4, there was virtually no change in the UI, which I think is okay. The only thing that really changed in the PS4 was they added more particle effects actually on the UI itself, which just seems extra, but it does look pretty.
It is very pretty. And just think about, I mean, kind of the whole concept of if it ain't fixed, don't broke it. How many times has Xbox changed their UI just on the Xbox One? I mean, I've had Xbox One since day one. I got the controller, it says day one, all that stuff. And it's changed like 4 or 5 times in very significant ways.
On the Xbox 360, can you remember when we had the blades?
No, I don't know what that means.
The original Xbox 360 UI was broken into these blades when you pressed the home button, and it just was awful until they went back to the box home menu.
Yes,
overlay.
I think the 360 for the most part was a wonderful UI. It was nice and simple. It was intuitive. I think after they got out of the arcade, the Xbox 360 arcade, I can agree with that. I think the problem with Xbox is they are expecting people to use the Xbox for more than gaming. And I get it. Like PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, they're all used for more than gaming. But I remember when the Xbox One was announced, they were like, it's a home entertainment system.
That was the big draw.
No,
you could get
Microsoft. It's not a home entertainment system. It's a home video game playing system.
It's only home entertainment if everybody can play Halo at the same time. And ever since you removed split screen capability, that's not happening.
Yeah,
Don't say home entertainment. It is my bedroom entertainment.
Now hold on.
That was only for
you got to put the blame where the blame is due. That's a 343 issue, not a Microsoft.
And well, they can all suck this multi-screen.
And I really enjoyed Halo 5. But I didn't think that removing the capability of split screen was necessary, because Halo 5 was a very beautiful game. And I understand that the Xbox One was just not ready to run upwards of 4 people on the same screen with all of those graphics. But guess what? You can just lower the HUD and remove the unnecessary frivolent features about it to make it so you can do split screen. Like, all of that stuff was not necessary.
I thought Halo 4 looked beautiful, and playing the split screen on it with my buddies. I think, was it Halo 4 or was it Reach? Oh, beans.
Yeah, Halo 4.
Halo 4 was pretty.
Yeah, we
Halo
played
4 was
split screen.
Glowing.
Yeah, I really hate the Prometheans.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah,
I played on Legendary. I hated the whole thing. I'm like, I can't.
I had real problems with Call of Halo. I feel like they changed up the gunplay too much. Like they simplified the gunplay to be more in line with other first-person shooters, and that's not what we played Halo for. We played Halo for the 5 to 15 second engagements, not the 2 to 4 second engagements.
Right. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, I think that there was just too many big changes for Halo 5 overall. Halo 4 had its changes. You could sprint and also have, your armor ability, but it didn't change the base of what Halo was. And Halo 5 did do that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Halo 4. I remember getting it for my 360 after playing all the other ones, and I just thought to myself, this was fun. I had a great experience. And to, I guess, 15-year-old me, it told a pretty all right story. And when Cortana died, I was like, haha, goodbye. But it was a good time.
Yeah.
What? Yeah,
you
15-year-old me was a total jack, dude. I'm like, Cortana, please stop talking. I'm trying to kill people right now.
Oh, no.
I don't need
Halo
a
3
conscience.
Cortana was bad, man. Especially...
That's why I had such a bad experience. I'm like, please, I've had enough of this. This is why I play... what is it? I play Halo Creative Mode in Reach with my buddies because we don't have to listen.
Absolutely.
To talk to us.
I have so many.
There we
fond
go. That's
memories
what it
of
was.
Forge
We're
World was
supposed to be getting
Forge
Forge World soon TM in the PC Master Chief Collection, and I am just over the moon with what crazy crap people are going to make that they couldn't because they didn't have a mouse and keyboard.
This is going to be probably the greatest game night we'll ever have is playing Forge with everybody.
Yep.
Factions, all kinds of ridiculous stuff. Who spawned in another rocket launcher? We can only have 13 of them in a single game. Of course, Red Flag has all of them. Nobody else
We
has
don't
any, 'cause one
need
dude
17 Pelicans. Put those away.
Please, there are children here. Man. Yeah, I remember playing Forge with my buddies, and whenever we'd get in, we'd find our corners of the map, and we'd spawn in all of our favorite items there. For me, I enjoyed being inside that cliff, and I'd go in there and I'd spawn all the machines, all the helicopters and airplanes and stuff. There were no airplanes, but I'd spawn it and nobody could use them. So I say, you want to get in here? Got to get past me and I can let you in. Of course, they'd eventually get in, and I'd shoot them down. I said, this is my hangar.
Right here in this cave that I can't leave.
Polly has set an embargo on all other players on the map.
Yeah. A trade embargo. Man, you want a Pelican, you got to trade me at least 3 Spartan lasers for that.
Ooh, that's a lot of gumballs.
I need at least 3 weapons that could kill you at any point if you want this item.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to consistently have it
It's
beat on
4D chess. Because if you backstab me, I have these 3 weapons that you gave to me from my Pelican. I can just shoot you down and I'll get it back. You ain't getting your guns back though, dude. Because they're guns. You come back to my base after stabbing me, y'all dead as a light bulb. That's all I know.
Not a doorknob?
Nope.
Who has doorknobs anymore, dude?
Well, I don't know how you open doors, pal, but
peasants have doorknobs.
Oh,
exactly. I use only the finest Indian crafted gumballs. You push them in, and then the door goes pop, and it opens.
This is getting out of hand.
What were we talking about? The price of tea in China or something?
You know, something along those lines.
3.6 yen per pound.
User interfaces. What? The fact that
how am I
could
supposed
just
to get?
Pull that out.
How can I get my Earl Grey if the what is it? The transportation fee.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yeah, those guys. I don't know what they did. They practiced Escaladio on the prices, and it all got messed up. At the end of the day, we're all fine, though.
I don't know. The world's really coming to a dark place. We run out of Earl Grey, you know?
Yeah, it all turns like Earl milk or something. Not even tea anymore. It's just water.
Oh, I didn't like that. I don't like the thought of that. Earl milk. I don't know who Earl is, but I don't want his milk.
I'm calling Jesus.
I need somebody else who can pray bigger than me.
Moving on, said Darman.
3 times.
3
Podcast
times
question
in a frustrated tone.
2.
You can't say it like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to sing it, right?
Yeah.
That's the bit. Now.
It's okay. I can just copy paste it in.
Yo, shoot. You right. You can. But here, let's...
Question number 2.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh, that was nice.
Harmonious.
You can't harmonize with yourself.
I mean,
too bad you did it.
Yes, you can with multi-tracks, but...
Fun fact, Reba McEntire was the first person to do that.
Was she
Wow.
really?
Yeah, I don't know why I know that, but I do.
I've never used a proper Macintosh. Oh, wait, was that a person? Oh, shoot.
What games are you looking forward to coming out is something that I asked the CrossForge gaming community talking about soon, long-term, next-gen, and current generation. What games are people excited about? The most voted one, not necessarily ranked highest because I don't have any fancy breakouts like that. We got Cyberpunk
Wow, I love that game.
2077. Yeah, Cyberpunk. It's great. You probably haven't heard about it yet.
Exactly.
It's
They went full alien.
That one's got Norman Reedus in it, right? That's
No, Keanu Reeves.
That's Keanu Reeves. Okay.
Same person.
No,
let's
Norman
be honest.
Reedus is that game that you thought hadn't come out yet. Death Stranding.
You're right. Man, sometimes I'm just way behind on video game culture. Like, what business do I have doing this podcast? Don't fire me, producer.
We can keep him? Okay, thanks. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I'll count it as a favor to my family.
The barrel is lifted from the back of his head.
Okay, all right. So Cyberpunk 2077.
We have a lot of people that are looking to pick up the game. I personally am not into the world of Cyberpunk. It's a lot of what Cyberpunk is based on a classic RPG engine called Shadowrun. A lot of it is post and transhumanism.
So this isn't the first iteration of the Cyberpunk series?
Cyberpunk 2077 is its own unique game, but the genre of world building that it is in is not a unique one, is what I'm trying to say. It fits into like an archetype, you know?
Right.
It's a specific kind of sci-fi. It's Cyberpunk is supposed to be built in this anarcho-capitalist world where people augment themselves, and I think there's like a transhumanism war against people who are augmented and people who are not. Kind of like, did you guys ever play Deus Ex?
That's what I was thinking about.
Deus Ex is cool.
So if you took Deus Ex and put it 100 years in the future, or if you went to the most recent Deus Ex games, you would find a lot of similarities between the two. But instead of having a drafted story, Cyberpunk will be very open, much like Bethesda RPGs. Oh, it's going to be like, it's CD Projekt Red. If you've ever played a Projekt Red game, you know what you're getting into. But this game is going to be very wide and open.
Yeah, I've seen like one advert for Cyberpunk, and I've only also seen the hype around it. But whenever I hear the term Cyberpunk, I think to myself, what would that look like? Is it actually Cyberpunk, or is it, what was I thinking about? Yeah, I was thinking of steam-powered giraffe mixed with 21 pilots. And I said, yeah, that sounds about right.
That sounds great.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I feel cyberpunky about it. Let's go.
I think Keanu being in it is huge. I think that's a big draw. He's just become such a meme. Like not even a bad meme like John Cena, Darman. He's just like a memey person. He's such a good actor, and he did that series where he goes around killing people because they took his dog or something. I forgot what.
John Wick.
John Wick, yeah, man. He's great.
Yeah, I mean, he is an excellent actor, and he is a very excellent human being. I mean, the joke has been for a while now that Keanu Reeves was accused of being a absolute gentleman behind closed doors.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't believe it.
He's
Somebody
also
from
a vampire.
Hollywood. I'd believe that too. I've seen the
There's pictures. Yeah, it's wild.
Of
he
him
transcends time. He's going to be alive in 2077. Mark my words.
Well,
he might have a different name, but he's going to be alive.
How do you think they got him into the game?
Oh God, you're right. This is
Time
too big
traveling.
brain for me.
Time
big
travel.
Brain.
Big brain.
It's not even a game. It's just
It's
interactive videos from the year 2077.
You're just sitting in the seat of potential people. Is that what we call them?
Potential
There we
people?
A potential reality.
Oh, yeah.
We have a little portal to the future. Before I go down the rest of this list, I would like to encourage everyone, if you haven't already, if you're listening to this podcast and you've just come across it, welcome. I already said welcome, but here you are now. CrossForge Gaming is a expansive organization. We have a Discord that you can join and participate and help find other players to play games with you, or talk about memes, or etc. It is where we are gathering right this second to record this podcast.
Hey, that's our secret spot, dude. Come on.
Yeah, it's fine.
Don't tell them where the secret spot is.
The Bat Cave, the secrecy's been
Did
lost. All is
SpongeBob
over.
tell Plankton what the secret sauce was? No, Darman.
And it
Didn't
wasn't
he,
even a
though?
sauce. It was a whole sandwich.
Ravioli, give me the formioli.
I hate this.
The long con.
The long
Discord.
Discord.
cool.
Yeah, we have a Discord. It's all the links to our social media groups will be in the description, and we have links to Humble Bundle. If you're trying to fill out your PC game library, Humble Bundle is a very affordable way to do that, as well as support different charities and support the podcast and all of the efforts of CrossForge Gaming. We have a Facebook group and a YouTube channel and a Twitch channel. There's so many channels, you should just tune in. Just tune into one and you can get most of the content from all.
We got more channels than basic cable, yo.
I don't know that we can claim that, sir.
Well, if we can't, then we better get on it. Because
Exactly. Time to
okay,
shut
all
down
right.
Comcast.
Friendship with Comcast over.
Canceled.
CrossForge's new best friend. Other games that the community is looking forward to. We got Breath of the Wild.
CrossForge Gaming, America's widest provider of the 5G wireless network. I'm sorry.
What? What? Are you trying to give everyone COVID?
No,
Oh,
the
man.
thing is, we're just going to transcend them with our 5th generation wireless technology. Well, if you have a microwave in your house, that's your Wi-Fi router now. There you go. Technology, folks.
You got a PS5 in your house? That was already your Wi-Fi router.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
I'm
Hold
sorry.
up. If we're on the
Sorry.
5th generation, do we just multiply the G's by 5? So 5 times 5, it's 25G. You know,
That's
like
a lot
5
of
times better.
gangsters.
Yeah, right?
I don't know. I think we're up to
digging it.
terabyte now. Gigabyte's kind of thing of the past.
Shoot, you right. Warzone. Let's talk about Call of Duty for a second. Have you guys seen how big Modern Warfare is as a complete game?
Yeah, someone just slapped a multiplier on the COD games, and all of a sudden they're just getting bigger and bigger, and I haven't seen too much of a change.
As of May 9th, 2020, according to ScreenRant.com, Modern Warfare clocks in at 180 gigabytes on PC.
My goodness.
That's as of May 9th.
What?
We've had at least 4 big updates since then. It is 185 gigabytes on consoles. 185 gigabytes. And we've had at least 2 big updates since May the 9th in that
so
game.
If
I
you
don't
think to
know.
yourself that your 2 terabyte Xbox One is gonna be able to handle next gen, you're gonna want to do some
You're gonna wanna-
quadrupling.
This is
on that.
this is the thing. This is perfect segue. I was really hoping
Segue.
that PlayStation 5 Can't do it. Anyway, I was really hoping that PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XYZ/:HTTPS were going to go away from CDs and to SD cards like the Switch did.
More solid state. Yeah.
More solid state. Because, like, here's the thing. At this point in life, you can go buy a game from GameStop on the day that it comes out. 1 minute after it comes out. Put it into your console, and you're going to have to download probably at least 30 gigabytes. And then you're probably also going to have to do like another 10 gigabyte update. We should just go to solid state. That way it's plug and play. And then if there's updates, it's not going to take so much out of your storage.
You know,
It's ridiculous.
I agree. And I think that there are certain hardware limitations to the solid state drives. The biggest problem with solid state drives and putting that much information at once is that you cannot load it all into RAM. There is a lot of information that is solely run from disks or from pseudo disk space in the world of digital consoles and digital downloads, right?
Sure.
But you don't want to store so much on a cartridge like the Switch. Even the Switch games have had multiple updates. Smash on day one required a 3.5 gigabyte update, but I hear what you're saying. We can certainly minimize the consumer download rate if we just consolidated more to solid state.
See, now the thing about solid state is that it is a truly great album. I have the book that
I'm
goes
not here to
alongside it.
talk anymore about Jonathan Colton.
And Don't Feed the Trolls is a great song. But I also agree with everything else y'all just said. Carry on.
All right. OldDanMac will jump back in. He has dipped for a second. So let's continue going down the games that people are excited to see coming out. We got Spider-Man Miles Morales, which will be a standalone game. IGN and a couple of sites thought that it was just going to be an expansion to the 2018, 19, the last Spider-Man game. They thought it was going to be an expansion to that game. It will be a standalone game.
They
There are
took
a lot of
good DLC and said, you know what? We'll put a lot more effort into it and make a big proper game out of it. And it's all going to be good. So it's looking real nice.
As one should do, right? We got Halo Infinite. Big hype on that one. Hopefully it comes out and will be cross-platform. Hey, welcome back.
I hope it comes out on the Master Chief Collection. Because, man, if we got Halo Infinite on a PC, I don't know what it's going to play like because I just have no idea. It hadn't even come out yet. But imagine having it on my laptop. Wow, I can play Halo Infinite for an infinite amount of time.
Whoa!
And that's
Blowing my
a
mind
big
here.
number.
That's some big brain logic right there.
Let's
Massive
see.
gumballs.
Big gumball.
Lots of gumballs.
We've got Paper Mario: The Origami King, which I'm
Sounds
of mixed.
fantastic.
It's a cool title. The preview trailers that we've gotten so far have been really cool. My problem is with Paper Mario, the franchise moved away from being an RPG series to this very trippy art project. And they try to make the combat more puzzle oriented as opposed to just simple push the button. The original two Paper Mario RPGs were action based in terms of combat. You would select a move and then you had to push buttons sequentially to get extra effects out of them. So you could optimize your game to where you can't take damage. You can optimize to do as much damage as possible via your own personal skills. I've seen people complete the game in under 3 hours by very limited glitching, but just sequentially not missing a beat. And they moved away from that in the Paper Mario for the Nintendo Wii. I think it's called Super Paper Mario. And they moved it to being like an RPG, but it's also a platformer. They've just changed up the formula, and I'm not sure if I'm going to pick up Origami King.
Understandable platformers. They gotta be special, or they should never be made at all.
If it's not a Metroidvania, do we really want another platformer? Honestly, if it's not super tight, if there's not cool collectibles, upgrades, then I mean, there's always going to be a special place for cute platformers with different quirks, right? we've seen a lot of indie games like what was it, Braid, that do some very nifty mechanics to make the platforming interesting. But
you know what always never fails to make a platformer awful? Third person. Close up third person.
nobody wants that. But since we're talking about platformers and Metroidvanias, Silk Song is on the list. Silk Song is the sequel to the critically acclaimed indie game Hollow Knight. I believe it's supposed to follow The Hornet or something or other. I haven't played the game yet. I have tried my best to not pay attention to people who stream it too intently so that I can enjoy the game for myself. Like, I've shown up and I've watched my good friends Nolan and Peaches stream it. And
Shameless plug.
They are some good people, and I will try to put their links into the description of this podcast in Podbean and on YouTube, where you can follow us and hear about these things. That was totally not contrived. Moving along. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remaster.
September, right?
Is that when it is?
September?
Is this that soon?
It's very soon. I'm
Tony
stoked
Hawk,
about
that
it.
poor guy. No one actually remembers what he looks like. So whenever he goes somewhere, they're like, "You're not Tony Hawk." Most people don't.
That's true. He tweets about it. He's like, he was getting on a plane one time and they asked him for his ticket and they were like, "Last name Hawk, huh? Just like that skater guy. Wonder what he's up to." And it's like he's literally talking to Tony Hawk.
Yeah,
Poor
it's like
guy.
he said he's a skater boy, and everybody forgot about him. Except
They
for the
said,
games.
"See you later, boy."
Everett.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn it! I wanted to say it. I wanted to say it.
He said it. He said the word.
September 4th.
That is
very
extremely
soon.
soon.
And it looks beautiful. I just can't wait to get the Darth Maul skin. Did you guys ever play?
I never
Pro
owned
Skater?
a Tony Hawk game. I had the Disney knockoff Tony Hawk Skater, Disney Skate Park, which was enjoyable.
Sounds riveting.
No, it was the same skateboard formula game, but set to Disney characters. It might as well have been Kingdom Hearts Skate Park, actually.
That I
Yo,
could get by.
Wait, now I need this remake, but have Sora be one of the characters. That, or we have another expansion to Kingdom Hearts 3, where we have a skate park
Where
world.
it's just a
Yeah.
skating minigame.
Instead of
That would be awesome.
Atlantis, where you're doing all the songs and dances. No, we're gonna have a skate party, man. Your Keyblade just turns into a skateboard. It
That's
already
dope. That would
turns
be
into
awesome.
body armor, a spaceship. It opens portals. It can totally be a skateboard. What's stopping you?
Oh, yeah, it could be whatever
It's
you
like
want
the
it to
little
be.
Einstein's rocket ship, man. Just do whatever.
That reference was beyond me.
Sorry, I just blew.
Bless
it
you,
along.
sir.
It's fine.
Yeah, don't let it happen again.
Do not fail.
What's next?
Horizon Forbidden West, which I believe is supposed to be a sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn. Star Wars Squadrons, Age of Empires 4. There's a couple of really cool games here.
Hold up. How did you
Gloss over
just
Star Wars Squadrons
gloss over? Yes.
because I don't know.
Darman?
I don't know how to feel about it yet. It's supposed to be a callback to TIE Fighter, but at the same time, they're going with a MOBA formula where it's all multiplayer driven, and I deeply love multiplayer games. I love games where I can just grind my opponent to dust, just make him really feel every wrong move that he makes, right?
Wow.
That is a very special feeling to me. And this game, I don't know. I haven't seen enough yet. I don't.
All right, well, going back to Star Wars games, what about Star Wars Racer? Is that on the list?
That game already came out.
Listen, I think
No, don't leave. I love you.
Ugh.
Pod Racer has.
Okay, but
I
has
actually
anybody
have
played
it on Steam. I have the actual cartridge for my 64. It is a direct port. It has not changed from the 64. You can even do all of the same glitches.
Wow.
It doesn't even have better graphics.
I mean, the graphics are
Install
upscaled.
RTX on it, man.
Oh my god, could you imagine with ray tracing how pretty the Star Wars universe would look?
Ray tracing with all those triangles. You get the original game. Don't change anything, but you just put God rays in it. None of the graphics are changed. The polygons,
Listen.
wow.
Listen, if any game has shown us how ray tracing can change the dynamic, Minecraft with ray tracing is something else if you have not looked at it.
Yeah, it made the glass look like absolute trash.
That's a thing. You can actually have it look like that, but you have to have a special
Yes, you do have to have a graphics card that is ray tracing compatible, which I am certainly not going to own in the next 10 years.
No, absolutely.
Those cards
not.
are still, I think, $600.
Speaking of like old racing games that need a remake, why are we sleeping on Kirby Air Ride?
I didn't know that a new Air Ride was coming out.
It's not. I'm saying that it should. Kirby Air Ride was the bomb.
I remember a very different Kirby Air Ride then because it was very...
The multiplayer on it was wonderful. Just like split screen multiplayer as a little 12-year-old prepubescent boy. Yeah, it was awesome.
I never felt the game actually worked, though. Like, it felt super clunky.
Well, of course it was clunky. That doesn't mean it wasn't amazing.
Exactly. My conversation is clumpy and people still talk to me. So, I mean, like, clunk can work if you shove it into the conversation hard.
Okay, but don't tell my wife.
Exactly. See, he understands. All you got to do is take a square peg and try and shove it through a circle hole with a little wood hammer.
Okay. Let's... Moving on. I don't know where to go from here. This list is...
There's only one way to go.
Exactly.
Is up.
I love that
on a
film.
Tuesday. Got your girl by the side.
Yeah, well, it's currently
Is that
Saturday,
Creed?
So it's kind of irrelevant.
No, it was Ozzy.
Same thing, let's be honest. Oh wait, no, I take that back. I don't want to get crucified online for saying Ozzy is the same as Creed.
That's true because
Totally unrelated to anything, but there is an old hymn with the phrase Kyrie Eliason, which
I love Catholicism.
yes.
That's a joke.
What?
And I keep catching
Darman
myself.
was talking.
I had not heard Ozzy Osbourne until I started working with my Australian musician friend. He has everything that plays while we work in the shipping department. And I do mean everything. I have heard everything from Grizz and Marshmallow to The Dark Side of the Moon.
There we go.
Simon and Garfunkel. You name
Heck
it.
yeah.
What about giraffes?
Duran Duran?
Same
No.
difference.
It's not. Don't even come at me with that.
He had
Giraffes,
the Electro
Giraffes
Gypsy.
is a math rock game.
Oh, we were talking about music, dude. I'm not gonna lie. That was like, ouch. I am gonna have to tell your wife about that one.
So, at any rate, Kyrie Eliason, you know the song Mr. Crowley, right?
Yes.
It has the long... Mr. Crowley!
Wow, I have never been so happy for audio to cut out as I was right there.
You're welcome. But my brain has just been randomly substituting it for Kyrie Eliason. God have mercy on me. I don't.
What were we talking about?
I pretty much went through the biggest games that people were talking about.
See, now
I'm
one
lost
game
now.
that I was pretty excited for when I looked at it, when I saw it, and put it on the poll, and subsequently it went directly to the bottom of the stack, was Destroy All Humans Remaster or Remake.
Yes.
And that was a pretty fantastic game, and I'm wondering why it didn't get more coverage. But boy, oh boy, I don't know what they mean when they say you're going to remake it or remaster it. They're going to slap some new polygons on it and maybe add another way to control people's minds and melt them. Anyway, I'm still excited for it because now I can play Destroy All Humans in high definition. Get some of that RTX ray tracing.
You can literally destroy all of the humans in high definition.
Exactly. Man.
Wow.
I do love my realistic blood and guts.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Yeah, Doom. All those pixels.
So, DanMac, what game are you looking forward to the most?
I am very much excited for Halo Infinite, and I know that that's weird because I said that I wasn't going to get a new gen, but I've played Halo as long as it's been around almost, and it holds a piece of nostalgia for me, and I'm excited to see what they do with it. I'm excited to see why it's called Infinite and what happens. Hopefully the split screen is back, and
Heck yeah.
hopefully I can beg my wife enough that she lets me buy an Xbox Series X so that I can get it. But
right after you get your PS5 and finish your PC.
Exactly. It's got a long list of things that I need to do.
Yeah, man. See, now, what I think the reference to Halo Infinite is that they're going to keep updating it until the game size is infinite.
Wow.
You just have
Big brain.
like
They really told Modern Warfare.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that'll show those guys at Activision.
Like 200 gigabytes, those are rookie numbers. We got at least 200 terabytes. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Infinite data
There's not
space.
enough consumer storage in existence to contain this.
Exactly. The Google supercomputer couldn't handle Halo Infinite. It's too finite.
Eventually, it's not going to come in a disk. It's just going to come in its own separate solid state, like terabyte tower drive. Like
You just
disconnect
plug
this.
that. Yeah, just plug this into your TV. That's
And
it. That's the game.
There will still be updates.
See, now what I expect to happen in about 50 years time is you have Halo Infinite 2.7 and you buy it as like a piece of exercise equipment, like a what are they called?
What like
A
on
treadmill.
a treadmill?
And you say, just plug yourself into this and you can play Halo Infinite. You buy it, you stick it in your living room, and then all of a sudden you're just in an alternate world and you never come out because it's Halo Infinite. You never die.
That's a weird way to explain Sword Art.
Yeah, exactly. Sword Art Online,
It's called
but
Code
Halo.
Lyoko.
Same thing, let's be honest. I don't even speak Latin yet, so I don't know what you just said, but Halo Infinite be like
Something,
infinity.
something, isekai. You really got to learn your Latins, mate.
Yeah, exactly. The closest thing I know to Latin is hola, como estés.
I don't even speak Spanish and that hurt.
I disappoint my ancestors on the daily. So this was just, what do they say? Make a little fun out of it.
All right.
It's a good time.
So these are the games that are coming out, the consoles. Gentlemen, I didn't ask you this when we last met almost a month ago, but where can we find you on social media? Do you guys like have Instagrams or pages that you want to plug? Starting with Polybius.
That's a pretty simple question. I don't think you can. There ain't nothing on there.
All right, I'm just going to throw your Bandcamp on here then.
Oh, beans. I've been fired already.
DanMac, where can we find you on the internet?
Here's the thing. I'm not really on social media a whole lot. You can find me under my regular person name. So first you have to find that, and then you can just type that in, and I'll be there.
Great.
All right. Can you, in order to make that easier, can you just give us the last 4 digits of your social security number so we can just Google it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they're going to be 7,
Oh,
5, 3, 2.
Hey, that's
oh,
mine.
and
Wait
okay.
a
Well, if
second.
that's not gonna work, what was your first pet's name? No, don't even give me that. Give me your mother's maiden name. Let's go.
Exactly. I'm not here trying to break into your bank account. I'm just really interested in personal details. What was the name of your
I want to
childhood
know you
stream?
better.
And
as a
about what
person.
time of day were you born?
Exactly.
Does it match your astrological sign?
Oh my God, you're a Pisces too?
Oh, I'm a Scorpio. I'm leaving.
Guatemalans do have their own like the Mayans have their own astrological thing, and they're called nahuatls, and it was determined based on what time of day you were born. So that's kind of
Wow.
Interesting.
Actually, yeah, that 2 a.m. gang show up. Man, that'd make a cool book.
Well, I'm starting to fade. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on this second recording.
Wait
of
a
the
second, hold up.
podcast.
Before we shut this whole thing down, I went. We were supposed to talk about this earlier. We were doing it beforehand. I got a drink, a sody pop, carbonated.
Tell me about your
beverage.
sody pop experience.
Exactly. I'm from California, so this Midwestern language is not inside my vernacular. I only speak 3 forms of English, which is English, and Common Core Math English, which is utterly nonsensical. But I went to a bargain store, and I found this drink called Celsius, sparkling cola. And I said to myself, I sure hope it's sparkling, because flat soda ain't good at all. But I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wow, is this an energy drink? But no, it is a dietary supplement pop.
Oh.
I'm like, huh? How do you do that? You look at the immediate thing underneath, and it says healthy energy, accelerates metabolism, burns body fat. I'm like, if I can drink Coke and burn body fat, you know I'm buying this. So I got a whole case for like $12, which is not half bad.
Why did you get a case?
Because,
If you didn't know if you'd like it.
you know, every once in a while I make a gamble, and I'm never good at gambling. But this time I struck gold, and I've never even sat foot in a casino, and I still hit that jackpot because this stuff tastes fantastic. Not sponsored, by the way, to clear any legal liability. I just thought it tasted great. And I don't know if it burns body fat, but the can says it, so it's got to be true, because corporations wouldn't lie to us, would they?
Surely not.
Oh, we just got an input from our secretive director saying he wants to get a sponsorship. Hi, Celsius. We are not with Fahrenheit. Please sponsor.
CrossforgeGaming@gmail.com. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. That is also for, I suppose, everybody else. Send in your questions.
Yeah, if you guys have any of you listening to the podcast still, if you've made it to this point, congratulations. It's got to be some work.
You win a waste of your life.
Made it longer than my last
Oh,
wife. Wait.
this is a great segue for the Reliant K conversation.
Can I relate to you? I love that song.
Oh, I was going to go with Melted Crayons.
That's also understandable. But, I mean, let's be honest. 2 lefts don't make a right, but 3 do. It's a classic album.
It's a bop.
Yeah.
It's a bop. But if you have any topics that you would like us to cover on the CrossForge Gaming podcast, or to, just talk about anything, if you need help, need prayers, you can check out the Discord. We have a prayer request channel. You can email us with your questions about the podcast if you want us to cover specific topics. CrossForgeGaming@gmail.com. I promise I check it. It bops on my phone every time that we get an email from Humble Bundle.
Sweet. That's cool. But yeah, send in your emails, your questions, your comments. If you have concerns.
Your social security numbers?
Yeah, exactly.
Date of
That too,
birth.
especially. If you have a complaint, send it to complaints@cfg. This email does not exist, and they will be promptly dealt with.
For legal reasons, that's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Yeah. But yeah. What is it? What do they say? I'm trying to remember what they say. Who are they anyway?
Das
Communication
Vidania,
with...
good night.
Yeah, exactly. Communication with the audience is the best way to have it go. And so all is going to go well.
What?
Amen.
Okay.
So I suppose to end this off, we can have a bit of a moment of just catching up with the three of us popular, famous international hosts. Tell me something.
I'm pretty sure we're all in the
I'm
same
still waiting
nation.
on my own dressing room. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, well, that's what you have a closet for. I gave you that small closet for a reason, old DanMac. It's got your name on. Of course, it may be in
Well,
Sharpie.
it's where I put my kitty cat's litter box, so it's being used, and I need another one.
Yeah, well, just don't step.